in the studio today, we have people from PCW, that is Pro Championship Wrestling. We've got Ethan Reyno. Wave, Ethan. Are you with us? There he is. All right. And we've got Zack, Reeb.
That's right.
All right. And Michelle Reyno, the mom of Ethan. So I wanted to make sure that you guys were with us today because you have a match coming up, actually, the Christmas Stroll. That's going to be a big deal. And also, Ethan, you've been creating a little bit of a buzz around town because you are the youngest professional wrestler, at least in our area. In Yuba City, you're the youngest that we have. And I believe you might be the youngest for PCW. Zack, you can confirm that or deny that.
100% youngest wrestler in PCW history.
So that's kind of a big deal, Ethan.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
I feel honored knowing that at this young of an age, I get to live my dream that I've had since I was 2. It's very fun wrestling with these veterans that I'm wrestling with. I get to learn a lot by wrestling with them. They help me improve on my mistakes, give me props on my accomplishments. It's a really fun time.
So, Mom, over here, how do you feel when you see him in the ring? I mean, it can be pretty frightening at times.
It can be daunting, but it's mostly exciting because I know how much he loves doing it, and all the wrestlers are really great and work really well with him.
Hit that little the yellow cord. Just tap it on the bottom. Now speak.
Can you hear me now?
Tap it one more time.
Can you hear me now?
See, this is what happens sometimes. This mic likes to be weird.
And it's very weird because she's a very loud person.
Yeah. Every
To
match.
not be able to hear her,
Every match, you can hear her. You can hear her
across the whole building.
Sometimes all it takes is just adjusting it. You might have gotten it already.
Am I good?
No.
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Uh-oh.
It's strange.
Uh-oh.
It's okay.
Not
Maybe
good.
adjust on the top there. All right.
Mic check 1 2 1 2.
Let's see. Try again.
Hello.
There she is.
There you go.
Am
All
I
right, now
good?
don't touch it
Don't
again.
touch anything.
Don't touch it again.
All right.
Okay, perfect. All right, so Ethan, youngest professional wrestler. Now, for those listening, this isn't just the high school wrestling when you're on the mat, and that's a fun one. You're doing techniques. This is like
He does
what
that
you
too.
see. Okay, we'll talk about that too. This is the type of wrestling you might see on TV, kind of like WWE is the best I could compare it to.
Yep.
My first time actually ever seeing professional wrestling was this year, September 14. I went to the River Valley High School and I saw the West Coast Wrestling Federation show, and that's where I saw you. And you got beat up in the ring. I think they also sang happy birthday to your grandfather, and then somebody just like pummeled you.
Yeah.
That'd be me.
That was,
That's him.
I
that's
knew
him.
you
That's
looked
him.
familiar.
Yeah.
I was like, this guy.
Hit me from behind. I mean, come on now.
Funny enough, you are actually his coach.
Yeah. Well, Ethan does amateur wrestling, and what we strive to get in professional wrestling is amateur wrestlers, because then you don't have to teach them how to do anything on the mat. So when I got him, he was, I believe, 15. He was only 15 years old, but he's always been a big kid, and he just picked it up really quick. And I believe right before he was 16, so he was like almost 15 and 3/4, we did a show at River Valley at his school for him. And the guy we actually brought in has been wrestling for 30 years, and he was almost 50 years old. So I said, hey, man, I got this idea. What would you think about wrestling this 16-year-old student in the main event at his high school? And at first he laughed at me, but I've known him for 20 years, so I'm like, nah, man, you got to trust me. Trust me on this. The kid can do it. And he went out there and he went 30 minutes with the 30-year veteran. So we've been off and running ever since.
Jeez. So what was it about Ethan that you were like, okay, I can put this kid in the ring?
He's just more mature. He's very mature. When I met him, when he would do the training, he just understood that this is a performance. He gets that you got to sell, that you got to work the audience, and half the battle in this thing is working the audience. Because I mean that they paid the money, right? You got to entertain them. It's like stand-up comedy. You got to go out there and you got to work smaller venues. You got to work the crowd, if you don't work the crowd, they're not going to come back. They're not going to interact. And if they don't interact with what you're doing, then you're not going to put anybody in the seats. Because pro wrestling has this special thing that we do. We do everything that a good pro wrestler, we do everything that we do off of the way you react. So we don't do nothing in real pro wrestling until you guys start making some noise. If you tell us, you dictate when we do something. And if you don't make any noise and make it so we got to dictate when we do something, then we won't do nothing until you make some noise. So this kid's he's just got it when it comes to working the audience. Natural.
Yeah. Ethan, are you like a performer? Do you do theater?
No, I don't do theater. I do band, but that's like pretty much really the only performance school-wise that I do.
Okay.
In school is I do band. I don't do any of that theater thing.
None of that. I save it for the ring.
Yeah.
So what made you want to do wrestling?
Well, I've been wanting to do it since I was 2, pretty much since I was able to watch TV and watch wrestling. I've been wanting to do it. You can ask my mom. She has videos of me wrestling teddy bears, wrestling the Invisible Man on a mattress. Like, it's just been something that's always interested me and something I've been wanting to do, and I'm happy that I get to finally do it.
Where do you see yourself going with this?
WWE.
Yeah, you're headed for the WWE.
Yeah.
Okay. What does it take to get into that? I guess that's a question for both of you.
What he's doing right now, we have a lot of connections. If you watch AEW and you watch WWE, a lot of the people that are on there right now have been coached at PCW and have been coached by myself and come through this program. Right now, if you look at that whole, I don't know if are you familiar with it?
WWE or
Yeah.
So my dad was a big, wrestling fan. He would watch it when The Undertaker was on. So I was really young. My mom didn't want me watching it. She was like, that's violent. You shouldn't watch that. But I did.
And
my
he's
dad
a
did.
prime example of this performance thing. We're trying to make people believe it's real, but I mean, for years, The Undertaker's been shooting lightning bolts and coming up out of the casket and doing all kinds of things. And he's one of the top pro wrestlers out there.
Yeah.
But right now, they're doing this whole Roman Reigns bloodline thing. So one of the big guys that have just come into the storyline is a guy that has he's running through all the main events and everything, but he's a guy that has been coached through PCW too. So for him, it's a different story. When I started, you had to put out a tape, and you had to 8x10s and stuff like that. For him, there's social media and everything now, and we actually have people in place that can get him looked at and get him on the shows and everything like that when they come to town or if they're not in town. So I'll leave the rest up to him, but for him, he's got every opportunity in the world to get there. The platform's there with social media.
Man, how's your body taking it? How do you prepare your body to get slammed around and to slam people around?
A lot of stretching, and what I've been lacking of is eating right, but mostly a lot of stretching. It hurts. Some people will say that wrestling doesn't hurt. It hurts. Getting slammed on that, I mean, it's only about an inch of padding with hardwood and then metal underneath the wood. Like it doesn't feel good, but there's certain ways you can brace yourself for the fall. When you are bumping, there's certain ways you attack the mat to make it less painful.
And that's some of the things that you're learning being trained, right?
That's the first thing you learn as soon as you step in the ring is how to bump.
How to bump.
Yeah.
Okay. I did some martial arts when I was a kid. Would that come in handy for wrestling, or is it completely different?
Oh, 100%. Did you do any taekwondo or judo?
It was taichundo. So it was a mix of judo and taekwondo.
Oh, yeah, you're good to go.
Okay.
Yeah, come on over.
It could be fun, right? And I'm a theater person. So it'd be fun.
You
There we
good?
go.
So where are you guys located? You're in Yuba City. I actually have never known the location, or is there no actual location?
No, it's 1282 Hassett Avenue, Building 9.
Okay.
So off of Garden Highway, you know where Blackburn Tally softball fields are?
Yeah.
Remember it's a pizza place now, but the old Rico's Pizza was right there.
Okay.
You take a left right there, and then you come that first left in Hassett, and we're back in there.
Okay, so a little bit out of the way, but that's where you do all your training?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you toured the different schools. Like, so the next match that you have, I believe, is the Christmas Stroll, which is, this Saturday.
Yeah, this Saturday we're 2:45. We got an exhibition, 3:45 and 4:45.
Okay.
And then from 6 to 7:30, the actual real show happens for an hour and a half.
Oh, okay.
So we got about 4 matches planned for that. Underneath the lights, that's the big purpose of what we're doing.
Yeah. So where on Plumas Street? Is this off Center Street? Is it by the Viking?
It's on Center Street by the brewery.
By the brewery,
Like
okay.
kind of in front of the brewery.
Why are you doing this Christmas show? What inspired this?
Michelle just came up to me and asked me if we wanted to do shows at the Peach Festival, and if we wanted to do the Christmas Stroll this year.
Yeah.
And that was the inspiration. She inspired me.
Yeah. Is it free for people?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's kind of like a gift to the community.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun. And I did see a picture of Santa Claus on there. Is there a Santa Claus? Is he going to be present?
Lucha Santa.
Lucha Santa.
Yeah, so it's an actual, almost like a luchador wrestler, but in a Santa Claus outfit.
Oh
and he will have a bag, and he will be giving away toys.
What?
And probably wrestling.
Okay.
So Lucha Santa's on the card.
And Ethan, do you know who you're going to go up against yet?
Not yet, no.
Oh my
Not
goodness.
I do.
You know.
I know.
He doesn't.
He does. I don't.
Is it always a surprise?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless he tells me beforehand, it's mostly a surprise.
Okay. Oh my gosh. So it's a little bit of like you don't know.
Anticipation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it makes it really real for you when you're out there improvising. What am I going to do? Do you ever get nervous when you find out?
You always get nervous. If you don't get nervous, you don't enjoy doing what you do. Like,
Yeah.
You always get nervous.
Man. So aside from the Christmas Stroll, what is next for you guys?
Oh, we got a lot coming up. Right now, you mentioned WCWF, and I work with John. We're over at his building right now. That's what we train out of. So,
Okay.
Starting January 3rd, Friday, the first and third Saturday of every month, starting at 6 o'clock, it's like a small TV studio over there. John's done a really good job with the building. So we're going to be doing tapings over there for our content online,
Okay.
for our YouTube channel Limelight. January 11th, we're going to be in Red Bluff at the Community Center. February 1st, we're going to be at the Oroville Convention Center. And then I believe April 5th, we're going to be back at the Oroville Convention Center. But if you're local, it's limited seating. But starting the first Friday of January, the first Friday and the third Friday of every month, we're going to be doing a live pro wrestling show right here in town.
And people can come and watch it.
Oh, yeah.
While you guys film.
Yeah, they can come watch Ethan Reyno. They can come see Michelle.
Michelle, are you going to get in the ring?
No, I did training once, and that was enough for me. It's like Ethan said, it doesn't feel good, but I don't know. I won't be in the
Michelle's been in the ring.
ring. I actually was in the ring a couple times, but I don't wrestle. I intervene on behalf of my son.
Right.
So
So you're kind of a part of his story, obviously.
She's my
Yeah.
manager.
Yeah.
yeah,
I love that.
momager.
Well, I would love to see you in the ring at some point. Maybe I'll be there on Friday. You said the first Friday in January?
First and third Fridays every
Right.
month.
That's a cool opportunity because that's actually consistent. So people
Yes.
can actually, but it's only limited seating.
Yeah, we can get about 50, 60
That's pretty good.
50, 60 fans in there, and it's a tight environment, but everything's for exposure and to develop these guys, because a lot of these guys is when they get in, there's nobody, they just kind of throw them on shows, so they don't know
Yeah.
about interviews, they don't know about character development, they don't know about post interviews and stock, all these things that WWE is looking for, that through my experience of doing this,
Yeah.
I see exactly. Like, a lot of people don't know what stock footage is. But I mean, this kid is 16 years of age, has stood in front of a camera and done stock footage 20, 25, 30 times already. So
Yeah.
we're developing him. It's about him. It ain't about me. I take a couple bumps on the ring and I can't walk for a week. I'm old. I'm shot out. That's the way I look at myself right now.
Yeah.
Old and shot out.
So there's like a whole production aspect, obviously, to wrestling, and that's they have to learn that in addition to the actual skills in the ring.
Correct.
Okay. How long have you been doing this?
A little over 25 years right now.
Are you from this area?
Yeah.
What's your story? How did you just kind of get into this?
I'm from Loma Rica, California. So I grew up on a 5-acre farm, and then I went to Marysville High School, and we did a senior project to graduate. So I did my 10-page paper on this. I did a 10-minute speech on this. Rented a wrestling ring. They let me use the Lester Huber Gymnasium. Me and all my buddies just took our backyard wrestling gear, and we rented a ring from LA, and they allowed us to use the building. And I had a job, and I was going to go down to Hayward to the big wrestling school down there to train. And my dad can build anything, so the show was pretty successful. So he said, how about we just build you a ring and hire you a trainer to come to the farm. And that's just pretty much how everything got started, and I haven't stopped since.
Wow. So are you guys a nonprofit, or is it a business?
It's a business.
It's a business, okay. But you occasionally do like kind of community things.
Yeah, we do fundraisers. We do a lot of festivals. We've done festivals at the Golden One Center. We've done them at the Shark Tank in San Jose. I think we just came back from Stockton at the big stadium down there.
That was fun.
Yeah. Ethan, you travel a lot then, huh?
Yeah, I actually, speaking of the Golden One Center, that's where I kind of made my official, non-official debut was in a battle royal.
Okay.
That was fun. It was fun wrestling in that arena.
And you were 15 at the time, and you're 17 now.
Yeah.
Wow. So are you headed off to college soon? Senior year?
I might, yeah. I was thinking about either UTI or Yuba College, one of the one. I got offered to do track and field out at Yuba College for throwing.
Yuba College is great.
Yeah. That's actually where my mom threw to when she went to college.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's awesome. It kind of goes hand in hand with what you're doing now.
Yeah.
So keeping up with your wrestling persona, staying local.
Mm-hmm.
But, it looks like the sky's the limit for you. And it's really cool to have the youngest wrestler here. Who found who? Did you approach Zack, or did Zack approach you?
See, the thing is, we actually met here in Marysville. Was it the Taco Festival? Yeah, so my mom and my grandpa were walking through, and we saw the ring set up, and I went to check it out because obviously I'm a big wrestling fan. We checked it out. We saw Zack. I asked Zack, how do I get into this? He's like, do you do any contact sports? I said, I do football and wrestling. He said, perfect, come train. I was like, oh, okay. And I've been training ever since.
How do you balance doing the stuff at school and doing this wrestling?
Well, I mean, I do.
He looks at me. Did you see that look he just gave me?
Momager.
Yeah, my mom pretty much. She gets me everywhere I need to go. So.
Okay.
He's pretty busy.
It sounds
He's
like
very
it.
busy.
So, Ethan, here's your chance. What is all your social handles? How do people follow you?
I haven't memorized my Instagram, but here,
It's all pro Reyno.
Yeah, I have my professional wrestling account. It's all pro Reyno.
It's on Facebook and Instagram as all pro Reyno.
Yeah.
And then for PCW, where do people go?
www.pcwnorcal.com. You can get us on all the social media at Pro Championship Wrestling.
Okay.
And a lot of my stuff is Zack Reeb, but Pro Championship Wrestling. But that's our main domain name, pcwnorcal.com.
Awesome. And then what is your persona in the ring?
Zack Primetime Reeb.
Okay, Zack Primetime.
I'm the white Deion Sanders.
Yeah, I kind of didn't like you when I saw you in the ring. I was like, this guy is the bad guy. Boo. But you were really good.
But I'm the good guy everywhere else.
Yeah.
Really?
That show
So
he was a...
Yeah, but you were like that.
And I love it.
Okay.
I love doing that.
So you kind of go both ways.
Yep.
Ethan, are you always the good guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
So far, I've been the good guy, yeah.
All right. We'll see what happens in the future.
Yep.
That's right.
All right. Thank you guys for coming on air with us, and I really look forward to seeing some of your future matches. Ethan, congratulations on being our area's youngest professional wrestler. Mm-hmm. Yes. And thank you, Momager, for coming on air as well.
Thank you for having
All
us.
right. Happy holidays, everyone.
Happy holidays.
You too.
This community interview is made possible by Shaw & Associates.